So now, theoretically, I am live. This is the awkward bit, isn't it? Where you gotta say hi to people aren't here yet, and then people will appear. But hopefully I'm crisp audio, crisp visual, and then people sort of appear amazingly. And then you answer questions, you talk to people live. That's the genius of this. So now I've got to work out a way of... I wonder who's first. Alan! Hello, Alan, you're first. God, I sound so British right now, don't I? Hello, you're first. First. This is the... I don't know how to pronounce the second name, I apologise. Hola. Hello. Right. On the Facebook page, I am live. Come join me to check out Star Trek 4. See, it's just the awkward preamble, but you know, get those early comments in now that you want that no one else is gonna see, because you know this is the pre bit. Waiting for you all to join, and if you note, and I'll say this a couple of times because that's why I was a little bit late, but I plugged in my PC hardwired, so now it's got much faster internet theoretically. And I tripled the bit rate that OBS sends out at, so I should look much nicer. So do I look much nicer than last time, guys, in full screen, in 1080, all that stuff? Because hopefully I should. Hopefully I should anyway. So yeah, how's everyone doing today? It's 10:11. Little bit tired, but that's just been a longish day. Jeff the Iron Wolf. Cool. Hello, Commander. Yes. Hello. Rice, Wind, Claw. Commander Cockings, good evening. Hello. You look okay. Well, okay is not what I was aiming for. I was aiming for amazing. Aiming for amazing. 50 people. Want to get more people in. But I'm going to show this to the... I'm going to show this later on in the stream. But I have with me two little props to, you know, to show off as part of the... Because, I mean, these are both things I think should be in Star Trek 4. Can play with toys for a minute because we've got 56 people watching. But yeah, the newish Enterprise A, and we'll look at that. Look at that. Weird neck. Weird neck. And then the infinitely cooler. I mean, look at that. Look at that battle cruiser. How cool is that? It's like... correct and yet different and yet new. And if you look at the Eagle Moss miniature magazine, if you look at the magazine, they've got some actually really nice 3D models built. They had a beautiful light rig. It's really cool. It's huge and it goes around the camera. There you go. Randall, hi, this is Charles from Kingsland, Ontario. What is the best Enterprise ship? Well, you know, the E will kick all their asses just because it's the newest. That is an advantage of technology. Best. I mean, come on, you guys say the Enterprise refit, haven't you? Wait a second. The ships on the wallpaper are tacked on. I thought it was a giant printed poster. No. I'll tell you the story about this briefly, and I'll move the mic so I can look. No, so this is a lot of individually rendered starships. This is early Trekyards. This is when I did the move from my flat to this location, and I rendered each of these separately. They're almost all fan models except a couple. Like that's the Ares from. That's the Ares from Renegade, and you got some other little ships. But they're all fan models for the most part. And they're all stuck on individually, but they look really good. And then you see in high definition, and it's like, oh wow, it's all different. I apologize, I keep looking towards this side of the screen because that's the OBS for me, so it's kind of like helps me frame myself live. Have you seen the XCV Enterprise Eagle Moss ship? I own the XVC Eagle Moss ship. I think it's in that box. In that, because I am a subscriber for everything, so I get everything. I have a lot of Eagle Moss boxes. I have so many Eagle Moss boxes, it's crazy. Not actually a fan of the JJ refit. Yeah, it sort of leave it or take it sort of thing. I appreciate it. Quit playing models, you're a grown-ass man. Am I though? Am I a David Smith, a grown-ass man? I don't know. Jeremiah, you left-handed? No. Right-handed. I might just be flipped. Might just be flipped in post. Stuart Ross, is that it's a Kazon ship. There is a Kazon ship somewhere. I'm going to point it in real life. Notice the Enterprise C concept ship, such a good design. Yeah, it is. Tobias's beautiful render there. All good stuff. So, hi guys. So, still only 79 people. I'm hoping for a few more, but this is it's a Thursday. Thursday's a bit of a weird day. But 21st, guys, and then we'll talk about Star Trek 4, Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, all that crap. It just never ceases to get more complicated, does it? You know, you just want nice, gentle Star Trek that makes sense, and then they throw stuff like that out. Yeah. Yeah. People say don't play the models. Look at these, but look at this model. Look how cool this is. It's a really nice model. I have so many Eagle Moss over there. I'm 35, Alan. I'm 35 and I'm still collecting models. Yes, it's funny. Oh, did I bring it up here? I just bought. That's in the room. I just bought the a new Firefly miniature because Serenity's a damn nice ship. No, so what happened? Well, I guess I'll give the brief version now for you 88 amazing people. Yeah, so you know, this is a weird thing about film is that a lot of the time what these film industry guys do is all hype, is press, is trying to control the markets before you actually, you know, put pen to paper and actually start the cameras. So Star Trek 3, you know, each Star Trek movie diminishing returns in terms of audience because, you know, the first one, again, this is my perspective, but I've talked to a lot of people over the last 4 years, both worked on the different shows, on the movies and such, and so I think I have a generally good vibe as the community. Obviously, everyone, some people really like those movies. That's absolutely fine. But I think, you know, I speak for averages. But you know, the David Smith, 45 and collecting models. You should be. Actually, to be fair, I just got my dad an Eagle Moss ship, and he's 53, so he's allowed to. But yeah, so the way I saw the movie, so 2008, 2007, I guess they announced 2009, Star Trek, and we're all excited, and it's a parallel universe. Okay, fine. And then we all go to the cinema, and for the most part, we're disappointed, because it's not the Trek we want. Just humongous amount of plot holes and stupid things that a second draft of any script or third draft should be able to get rid of by very minimal tweaks, and they got through. So it's quite a lazy film in that regard, although the visuals are rather good, but it was a very, very poor Trek film. Decent film, very poor Trek film, just awful script really. But that got a lot of interest in the general audience, but the Star Trek fans were quite burned on that because it wasn't a good Trek film, at least in general. And so for Into Darkness, which is an even worse Trek film, less people showed up, which reflected in the box office because people that came in wanted to see a Star Trek movie because, you know, you're seeing a Star Trek movie. And yes, the general audience, there's a certain factor of general audience equals money in box office, but also a lot of general audience can wait for DVD, for Blu-ray, for digital streaming, so there wasn't as much of a need to go watch it in the cinema. Plus it was a worse film. Then I kind of like it more because it's a more interesting stupid take, you know, and Ed did come back as a great actor, so that does help elevate it a bit, but it's, you know, not a very good movie, and it's an even worse Trek movie. And so double people have been burned by the JJ films. And guys, just so you know, I'm going to keep talking for a while about all this Kelvin stuff, but this is a super chat live, so if you guys want to donate anything, I will stop what I'm talking about and answer any questions you have, because we sort of rely on these super chats now to help support this channel because our income has severely diminished thanks to YouTube, and our Patreon isn't expanding. So anything you can give, $1, $2 for a question, for a comment, I will read any super chat that I'm sent, for better or for worse. And last time I did this, the super chats made me do terrible, terrible things. So you have power in the super chats. So please, you know, please give if you can, because it's fun, and I like reading out direct comments because again I have no choice because you've super chatted. So please do. Yeah, and so that happened with Star Trek 2 or Star Trek 12. And then we were all again burned on that. But I think Trek fans want a good Trek film, so we go into Beyond, which is far less promoted because they're trying to save on budget. And I think we're all least excited about that one. And yet, Beyond, written by different team, directed by different team, different production people, it's better than the other two, I think. It's got a better overall story, really great first act. I think they've got some good lines. Spock's underused, I think, but it's definitely a better Trek film, and it's better reviewed by fans. It's genuinely a better reviewed film, whereas the other two are critically bigger, but fanally less enjoyed. And if fans aren't buying the Blu-rays and DVDs and things, then what's the point? Because an average person may just buy it and whatever. We want to get the 10-disc box sets, and so 3 Star Treks, each one diminishing return because you're burning your audience. Less and less people want to show up to the cinema. And yes, the random people might say, "Oh yeah, I remember about that Star Trek thing. I might as well go watch it." Maybe. But sequels tend to do less well anyway, unless there's like real interesting push. Fast and Furious and Mission Impossible is interesting because each film is not a sequel per se. It's a whole pushing forward into a new set piece of the movie, but in a really good way. And Transformers, you go to see the car, literally the car crash. And so Star Trek 4, knowing, I guess that's a good point to pause. I will pause because a message, a super chat, $2. Thank you. And it was what happened to YouTube. Well, YouTube algorithms and stuff. So we make a lot of, well, we don't make a lot of money. I make all of my money on YouTube. And so when the YouTube algorithms really screw you, you sort of get less and less money. And when Patreon goes down, which is our primary source of income, really, it goes down and down. So it's tricky to work on YouTube when you have, very niche numbers. And so we tried to survive. Sorry, this has got a bit random all of a sudden, but we tried to survive on funds going down for about 3 months. But last month was the worst month we've had since 2015. After we started, and that's kind of bad because we had a lot of growth theoretically. And so these sorts of events, these sorts of super chats are going to be hugely important because if we can get $130, $140 per chat, boy, that makes each week a lot more worthwhile. Obviously, you earn more money as the as the year goes on because you'll earn more at the end of the year. But it's been a pretty bad 4 months, and so any dollars is pretty awesome. But we did actually get another £2 super chat, Adam Boots, when we see the Cockings class. The Cockings class. Now, I never like naming things after yourself, but who here would like to see a Samuel Cockings, Commander Cockings designed ship? And I want to talk about that at the end because that's been brought up to me a few times recently. Who would want to see it? What would they want it to be? But we're going to keep talking about Star Trek 4 now and the things that should be in Star Trek 4. But I do want to hear what you guys think about a Cockings class later because that sounds like a fun... I should do a whole live on that. Although the Cockings class doesn't sound very... whatever. But yes, when? Maybe soon, maybe ages. And Random Gamer 42 is in the chat, doing her thing, being awesome, just awesomeness incarnate right there. Hey Commander Ferd, hey Ferd, yeah, welcome. We have to work more together because we had a break on those things. There's always more graphical things that you're just too amazing to not bring on board. Did I finish graphics for that new show? I don't even remember. I need to talk about that because we have a new show that's exciting. Yeah, Star Trek 4. So yeah. And again, super chats if you want me to sort of abruptly stop what I'm doing and answer your question. But yeah, so Star Trek 4, or as someone pointed out, Star Trek 14, because yeah, Star Trek 4 was really good. So yeah, Star Trek 3 floundering a bit. They guess. And so they announced Chris Hemsworth coming back as Pike. As Pine's dad. Kirk's dad. It's Kirk's dad. Daddy Thor. To come back in Star Trek 4. And that's obviously star power. He was riding on Avengers. on the coattails of that. He's done other films in between as well, and getting him back for, you know, a relatively small part in the first one, but you know, that was his dad. Clever casting before I know it was clever casting. George, yep, exactly. And they say, well, he's going to be in Star Trek 4, and straight away fans are thinking, time travel, alternate universe, or mirror universe, all the cool things. All the cool things. And non-Trek fans are thinking, I don't care who he is, but he is Thor, you know, in terms of the fame factor. But that's before Star Trek 3 was even released, even reviewed. I don't think it was actually out yet. But if people think there's a Star Trek 4, you might go see Star Trek 3 more. And it's just a clever way of building numbers just subtly without actually having to do anything. And so at that point, obviously, they've emailed, they've talked to the agent of Chris Hemsworth to get him signed on, and just get I think you get a letter of intent. I think that's what they call it. And it just says, I'm going to commit to this project. I'm interested. You can put me forward to promotion. Because a lot of the time these films, especially with indie films, you've got to have actors on board to get more actors on board sometimes. And so that, okay, great. And obviously they negotiated rough contracts. Maybe said, okay, well, I need to lease this to do it. That's fine. He's a big name actor. Chris Pine, obviously, he being Captain Kirk when he started in 2009, much less of a household name. He's done quite a lot of films since he was in Wonder Woman. Not the biggest part of the movie. He's the primary male lead. I think he did pretty good in that. Added some fun charisma. He's a good actor. I like him. And he did better with Kirk in Star Trek Beyond for sure. And so they announced that, and it helps Beyond a little bit, but not enough. And so now you expect that actually means they're both signed on, they're both ready, the script's written, all that stuff, and you've got Star Trek 4/14 ready to go. And yet now we hear, and this is the long time way of saying, yes, both Chris's have reportedly walked away from Star Trek 4/14. And that's pretty heavy, given that, you know, Kirk and Kirk's dad, and if Kirk's dad was the primary cool factor of that film, you know, then that means either you recast him, and it's not the biggest deal because we didn't see him too much, or you could cast him as an old version of him, you know, age him up for 30 years and not recognizable. That's fine, but you've just pulled out of the maybe the story factor, so that involves a rewrite. And if you've not, why bother even announcing a film if you haven't got a cool story, if you don't know what you're going to do? Because we want these movies to be cool stories, and you won't necessarily get that by just announcing it regardless and then having no cool story. You know, it should be story first. Oh, we got a $5 super chat. Thank you from Jeff the Iron Wolf. Hello, Jeff. Thank you very much. Commander, any chance you could help me with a Nova redesign? I can't draw for love nor money. Neither can I. I'm doing sketches for fan films, so I've sort of been doing designing over the last year. Let me show you something, because I've been sort of finding them recently. Mark Nacaredo just released. So I love how this tangents just by your super chats. You just create a new conversation. Mark Nacaredo of Romulan War. He just released a new image of the Deep Space Nine background for Corvallis, who is the Romulan, and this is my this is one of my sketches to show. That I wanted. You know, I love referencing Trek because, you know, Easter eggs and stuff. There's that great wall of that great lineup of ships, and I wanted to reference that by having a lineup of Romulan ships. And so this was my very poor attempt to show where I wanted those to be. So as you can see, my drawing skill is not particularly great. I won't show that because that's a bit of a spoiler. That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. That's a real big spoiler. I can probably show that. It's a turret I designed for something else. It's a micro torpedo turret. So as you can see, my drawing skills are not very good. But I can Photoshop, and I mean we do a Trekyards original bundle, Jeff. So, you know, if you want a Nova redesign, I certainly know the Nova pretty well. So email trekyards@hotmail.com. And we can get talking. I always love looking at cannon ships and how to tweak them. I really want to cover the Pathfinder class, the Defiant version of the Nova. It's not very different, but it is different. I'd love to convert a model into that. I think it'd look really cool. £2 super chat from Robert Sayers. I don't know if you know, guys, but Sayer is my mum's maiden name. So Robert Sayers, not actually related, obviously, but you know, just got to say happy days. Why happy days? You know, why? Apart from just I'm live, maybe that's kind of cool. Stardog. Vic Mignogna from Star Trek Continues for Kirk and Star Trek 4/14. Nah. I'd rather see him do a continues movie, Rathacon movie. That'd be cooler. So yeah, Star Trek 4 now, and someone pointed out a second ago, because I'm obviously trying to make sure I'm framed correctly. Wow, Trekyards visuals have dropped. Hey, I thought I increased the resolution. Oh, it's Ron Phillips. I'm here. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Ron. Lucasfilm announced the Ryan trilogy without any plot given during the pitch, according to Ryan himself. Another weird one. It's like the success of Last Jedi. Success? Look, he's the guy that half of the Star Wars fans hate. Is doing 3 more movies that have no information about them. Yay. Cool. Weird. No, it's not particularly... yeah, those aren't going to go well. Stephen W. Farthery? I apologise, I'm awful with names. Would you consider doing ship renders for cash? That's a tricky one, since, as you know, you can't make profit on Star Trek. What we do is very interesting, odd, and... you know, within the rules sort of thing. I do some ships I could do, for example, the Constitution class. So yeah, if anyone's I guess I've got a model built custom for that. So yeah, if anyone wants potentially any Constitution class render art or animations, I might be able to help. You know, I've got enough gigs, but you know, got to pay the rent somehow. So you guys have seen my work that I can do. So you know, custom registry. Constitution class, you know, if you want to see it fly somewhere, doing something, maybe, you know, email trekyards@hotmail.com and say, you know, Enterprise Constitution class render if you want to commission me to a custom render. So Stephen, if you have your mind on something, maybe. Another super chat from Gareth Fairclough. Why not Happy Days? Yeah, let's say Happy Day. Baz T, £2 super chat, thank you. Hiya. What was the third ship in space dock in Star Trek 3? Now, do you mean the Discovery sort of ship, the one that was docked? But I'm assuming, I mean, obviously in space dock there was Excelsior and the different shuttles, and I think the Miranda's in one of the shots. I think. And obviously the Enterprise herself, but the Discovery tile ship is there, which I love. I love the fact that all the weird, of all the things they could pick, they called out the Discovery in TOS as one solitary line saying the Discovery, you know, it's a message from Discovery, which is awesome. And then the design appears in 2 different places in the Trek lore, so it's actually a super continuity-driven name and or design, sort of, except obviously they wouldn't have done themselves that big. But anyway. Patrick McHale's good day to Commander Cockings. It's good night pretty much. It's 10:30. Gareth Fairclough. I just saw Samuel's eyes light up with thought of more work. I have a lot of work. I have a lot of commission work to try and pay the bills, because Trekyards is not enough. But I like the imagination and the almost play factor of creating something, and for you guys. Getting a custom animation is pretty cool. I just happen to have spent, 5-6 years learning these skills, and so it's kind of it's, you know, it's fun to be able to offer things at competitive prices and do them for fun, because I like creating shots, and especially the Constitution class, you know, shots we've never seen before, angles we've never seen before, moves we've never seen before, but still consistent. You know, Doug Drexler did some very interesting cartwheels and stuff in Star Trek New Voyages when it was New Voyages, and they're pretty interesting. Not sure the Connie can do those, but hey, maybe it could. Maybe it could. Let's go back to the chat here. What program do you use for animations? With a really cool name, Gagarin Furclat. That's what I'm gonna guess. Lightwave. I use Lightwave 3D for my animations because that's what they used on Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, Firefly, Stargate, and 3 of the Star Treks, the ones with computers. So it's you know, you can sort of create that look, and I've got better and better at that look as I've been going on. Matt Mon, I've been listening, and I just haven't been able to say hi yet. Hi, Commander. Hello, Matt. Hi. Commander, where'd you get the shipboard that's behind you? No, I made this before we had this conversation. All individually rendered by me, except a couple by Tobias. Couple by Tobias, just because he had the Morphos available. And I put together this cool collage, and in a small screen you can't tell it's all put together, but in the big screen you can see that it's all stuck together. But, you know, still cool. I really want to update this at some point, because obviously, as you know, guys, we have a lot of the original studio models using the different Star Treks, and I'd love to update it with a real plethora of canon ship models. So, guys, would you like to see an updated version? Sounds a bit weird, but obviously it takes time to do that. And so at some point, at one of these super chats, I'd love to do like a goal of like, you know, $120, so I can just take an entire day off, and because I've got to render a lot of ships. It'd be like 100 plus ships to make it even cooler. And so I've got to have a new day, you know, new day of income, because that obviously won't generate income. But if you're interested in like super chatting me to a brand new remastered background, I would totally be up for that. And someone just said green screen behind y'all, Christian. Green screen's tricky because I haven't got the right lighting set up, and you wouldn't get the best. You wouldn't get the best key, and I'm a professional visual effects artist in lots of ways, so I'd want to be a really good green screen key, and I just don't know if I could create that. Gareth Fairclaw, £50 in super chat to get Sam topless. The joke about that is that is so much of our month of our weekly income, £50, or at least my half anyway. So sure, £50 and I'll go topless, because, you know, Stuart did that once and it seems to go well. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Robert said, indeed. So let's go back to talking about Star Trek 4 again. And then again, if you want me to grab my attention, then super chat away, and I will answer your question. Because, you know, super chats for the win, helping to support this channel that you love. So yeah, Star Trek 4 now. So they announced him, and then all of a sudden we hear they're not going well. You know, not going well. And what does this really mean? Well, these stars, these cinema legends, not necessarily legends, but I guess, you know, Thor's quite a legend, should theoretically get paid for the more they do. The older they are, the more they've done. And so obviously each Star Trek film should get more money. Now the raise might not be, we might not necessarily approve of how much the raise is, but hey ho. Because if you're getting Chris Pine in, you're guaranteed to get a certain amount of the audience, and you know, if you budget the rest of the film cleverly. But the fact is, each actor then, like Zoe Saldana, Zachary Levi, Zachary Quinto, they all need more, and so the budget just for that chunk of budget goes up and up and up, and that takes away from the budget of the entire movie. Star Trek is quite VFX heavy. Now I do still maintain that, you know, Star Trek 2, super low budget, super creatively done, and yet felt its money. Obviously used a lot of reuse sets from the first one, a lot of redresses, but a hell of a lot of amazing movie for a very cheap movie. And again, Star Trek 6, low budget again, got a lot done, right people in charge. As I said before, I'd love to see a Star Trek 4/14 being a war movie with a lot of it on the bridge, a lot of it, you know, with them being themselves, and then we see maybe a Klingon, you know, a single Klingon captain's bridge ship that we're following, and we see there's 2 ship sets, and then the rest of it is just filmed on standing. Well, I guess they're not standing anymore, but the same set design, which is then they know the budget of to build. And make another submarine, you know, Balance of Terror, but with Klingons, or even Romulans if you want to go Romulans. If the star power is what's draining the budget, that's sort of fine. If you give them really cool things to do, if you make them earn that money, You know, no one can argue that John Cho, you know, that he wasn't written into the best place throughout those 3 films. So, you know what I mean? Was it justified whatever he got? I mean, sure, his contract. So yeah, then these both Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pine, both obviously want more money, and they had a pre-arranged amount of money to go into Star Trek 4, which they obviously want to start shooting and doing, and all of a sudden they want to lower the budget, and they can't necessarily pay them what they want. They apparently CBS or Paramount, sorry, came to them and said, we actually need everyone to take a pay cut. So, you know, low money on the last one, budget cut, and obviously they can't take away from the you know, the costume budget doesn't quite work like that. So they did it from the cast. They offered them a percentage of the profits, which is what you do with a film that might be a blockbuster success, but beyond underperformed. So the reports are they sort of scoffed at that, saying, well, why would we want profits on a film that did underperform? But I think a lot of, hopefully you guys will agree, a lot of goodwill was generated, you know, generated from Beyond, because it was a better film, I think. Better Trek, better whatever. So I would think more Trek fans would go see it, especially if Simon Pegg wrote the script. He definitely understands Trek, and if the producers let him do sort of a vision that makes sense. So I definitely want to see, I've said this before, I want to see a Star Trek 4. I want to see, ironically, Robert Orsi's vision that he pitched once about having the Klingon War. They built up into darkness, they ignored it in Beyond. That's fine, it was a self-contained story. But, you know, ample place for this Klingon War arc to have these Klingons. And see, it might be funny to see. I wonder if CBS pressure them to make them Discovery Klingons, or have, you know, since they're not Prime, they're JJ verse. You know, they wouldn't look any different to Prime ones, given they are a species, and species shouldn't look any different in a parallel universe. That's no different because it was made in the past. It wasn't a parallel from the start of time. It was a parallel from this one point, even though obviously things were different before that because stupid art design and art direction that didn't be consistent over those films. Anyway, back to Super Chats for a minute. Gareth Fairclough again, thank you so much at 10:42. Why are you still awake? Ball now rolling. Cool, thank you. And for Robert says again, fan of the £2. How kind of you. That's cool. But yeah, so then where does it leave Star Trek 4? Well, could you have a film without a Kirk? You can obviously have a film without a Kirk's dad, but then it wouldn't be the same story. I mean, I personally, if I was them, because I mean, the amount of time you're in the film, the amount of days you're filming is dependent for the budget as well. So I would almost make Star Trek 4, because I mean, a trilogy is a trilogy, you know? Make Star Trek 4 the Sulu. You know, I just mentioned didn't have much to do in the last films. Make it the you know, Star Trek 4, Captain Sulu. You know, have Sulu be in charge of I guess a JJ Excelsior, but closer than other films. Have it be again a time to the future. Have them be in new uniforms again, maybe linking to Wrath of Khan ones, but JJ-fied whatever. But you know, something similar. That lets you reboot the look as well, because you know, visually where they went from TMP to Wrath of Khan, this would be another sort of time jump. It lets you be much more primey, and obviously as the universe pushes on, it should actually get closer to where maybe if time sort of coalesces into a certain point. And so that'd be cool. But then obviously Enterprise is still in the universe, and you have Chris Pine be in, you know, almost as much as Sulu was in Star Trek 6, do a reversal on that, and have him be on the Enterprise with whoever's left, doing their thing, and them coming at the end at the rescue. It would be really cool. But you know, Sulu as a character, there's not too much there, so give him stuff. You know, he's now gay in JJ movies. I know George Takei said he thought Sulu was never gay, and so I'll take the Prime version is not gay, because again, George Takei, he's what brought that character to life. But the JJ version is, and that's all good. That'd be kind of cool to have, you know, his husband on the ship with their adopted whoever, Demora, you know, adopted daughter, whatever. That'd be really kind of cool. And then yeah, the Excelsior series. I don't think you should go Praxis, that's too obvious, but you go, although, well, see, that's the problem. Okay, follow me with this, guys. Obviously, each film is sort of stolen bits from other films. Beyond was okay with that. But what if the 4 is the take on 6? So instead of 6, where it was all about peace and friendship and whatever, what if Praxis... Oh, they already destroyed Praxis. Damn it! Reference. But okay, let's retcon that wasn't Praxis. You know, Into Darkness. Let's say Praxis explodes. First scene, we see Sulu. Very similar scene, but a bit more... whatever. But instead of the Federation we know... The Federation are more inclined to be underhanded and bad and it actually goes to all-out war. Whoever is there left says no, this is the time to strike. This is the time to if we can disable and destroy the Klingons' military assets, you know, bring them back 50 years of growth, then we can neuter them and we can leave them alone. You know, not necessarily a good idea, but some might say that. And now suddenly it's a war story of like maybe the fleet is amassing, but Sulu maybe is contacted by a Klingon that maybe even one of the people we know in Discovery, whatever, not necessarily in that makeup, but you know, L'Rell or someone, you know, not all the licenses will let you do that, but it'd be kind of cool. Or even been a Kor, Kang, or Koloth. There you go, who've seen Kirk because you know, canon sort of stayed here a little bit, and you let them broker. Well, we have got a plan to seed peace. And hey, Gorkon could still be alive. He could not have died in its alternate version. And so you've got the main fleet preparing to attack, but the Excelsior goes off on its own because they reject this plan because Sulu's a better man than that. And they want to try for peace and try and, you know, say no. The best way to handle this is to support them. So it's this alternate take. You take the war version. You know, you take the dramatic turn, and then Kirk's obviously on Sulu's side, but he's doing his own thing. And so they've got to maybe get to Kronos rather than to Khitomer and pick up the Chancellor or whatever. I don't know what you do, but you do something kind of interesting, and then you get like a reversal of roles. So what do you guys think of my idea to I guess sort of redo Star Trek 6, but in an interesting way? Let me know. I'm gonna look back because I've been talking about that for a while. Let's see. That's a problem. You also need to talk while you're reading, which is tricky. Trekyards, hey Commander. Well, I feel that's sound that was done in an old Hidden Frontier episode called Yesterday's Enterprise. I've still not watched that yet. It's on my phone. I really need to listen to it. The program, no, it wasn't. Give it Quinto. Yeah, Quinto I think could do a good job, just more. No one's really talking about my idea. Guys, what do you think about my idea? Come on. I thought it was a cool idea. No one even talked about it. I had a whole spiel about... Stuart just talked about how they should do Star Trek 4 as a Star Trek 6 equivalent. But then instead of going peace, they go war. And Sulu, Captain Sulu, the JJ Excelsior, is the one that has to try and stop it. I thought that can be a cool way around it. But, you know... No one's commenting on that. Oh, that's interesting. Blow up the... someone said invert Star Trek 6. Blow up the moon. Have the Federation stretch the breaking point trying to save Earth and Klingon rattling their sabers on the borders. Yeah. I don't know. I just think Sulu would be a cool one. Because again, canon, using the canon. But yeah, so I'm about 38 minutes through, guys. And a few super chats. So if you want to donate anything, please do. As I said, super important to this channel to jump a little bit of fan support, as we're not getting as much from YouTube as we should do, and that is a problem. Oh, Gareth, I said I haven't listened to it yet. And yesterday's Excelsior end up in a Borg apocalypse. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't listened to it on my audio drama list. Grr. But thank you for the £5. That's actually a nice chunk of a video of a video thing. But the reason I want the Klingons to be a big part of it, and I've said before, is because of these beauties. Yeah, these beauties. Because I mean, it's such a, and this is how you do a redesign of a Klingon battlecruiser. It looks not necessarily more advanced, but it looks more robust. Has a, I'm trying to work out a cool way of holding it. You know, has a bit more sleek to it. Has a bit more bulk. Has a bit more. The shapes are a bit more refined. You know, some of these curves are a bit more interesting. That's cool. I do like the lip bits here. The neck, I think they were meant to be cannons. I think that's meant to be yeah, there's cannons inside of the grooves, which is actually kind of cool. It makes it kind of like you can imagine going side on and just shooting would be kind of interesting. I do like the torpedo area as well. So imagine, you know, oh, is it going to refocus? There we go. So you can imagine we'll do a, you know, Star Trek 6 goes, where is it? And it comes in, it comes in, it comes in. You know, that still look cool. That still look cool. And you got the Enterprise, and then it, you know, where it was down into the front, wasn't it? It's weird, bizarre pylon choice. Speaking of the Enterprise and Jade in the Beyond, it looks so good in motion because it just looks just better. But when you get it in person, it doesn't have correct proportions. I mean, look how much negative space there is, and look how it's all pushed. I mean, it's, I guess, a more interesting version of it, and they fix a couple of things, but it's a very strange. That was a cool shot when it came out like that. But it does look better in some angles. Again, this is basically just the refit with some modified modern pieces. I almost dropped it there. But it's again, they couldn't get it right. It's weird that. But oh well. I'm sure there'll be some modified version of that. And I guess, yes, Stuart. Hello, Samuel. Hello, yes. Yes, Stuart. I could see. I was looking at myself in the real time, so I could hold the moles properly. He always wants that attention, doesn't he? Stuart, do you have any questions for me? For me, because you never get to talk to me on Skype or on Facebook, do you? You never, ever, ever. Every damn day. Nah, not quite. NASA's sci-fi. Hey, Commander, the Captain wants you. He always wants me just to chat, and he's just being annoying in a good way. Not a sexual way, I know. Yeah. There's a Trekyards guy spamming us, get him. Yeah, but he's, you know, uses Skype anymore. Lots of people, I think. Lots of people use Skype. Sam, Gareth Fairclaw again. Sam, what would you say to Star Trek 14? God, sounds cool. Being about a whole new crew, the Aegis, perhaps, or perhaps something set in post-TNG era. See, the problem is when they ruin something, you don't want them to do it again, and so I do not want them to take on the TNG, because they would ruin it. You know, they would do it in a wrong way that was bad for the audiences. That would make it less interesting. Make, you know, it would be less good, unfortunately. So no, leave TNG alone. Don't do a visual reboot or whatever. It looks great. But a new crew, I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't. I've always said that, you know, and this covers fan films as well, the best sort of Star Trek movie, sort of Star Trek story, it's a story that is really good that happens to take place in the Trek universe. So don't pigeonhole yourself to Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. You know, especially since you didn't even use those like other characters properly. You know, supporting cast. Why use that crew if you're just trying to get Kirk? Well, Kirk's just the, you know, they overdid him, just a womanizer and whatever. Like, why just use that aspect to these people? Whereas, yeah, invent a new crew. Have the crew of the Excelsior, which is, you know, Sulu, bring someone in, then have everyone else being new. It's a big world out there. It's a big world. Why just recycle the same stuff again and again and again? Enjoy the universe. As I said before, Klingon Wharf, that'd be a great idea. Have a Klingon movie. Have a movie with, you know, the first fully non-human spacecraft with Andorians and Tellarites and stuff, or just another crew in that timeline. You know, there's so many things you could do. Obviously, you'd have the Enterprise in it as a, hey, look, there's the Enterprise, it's in the battle at the end, woohoo, and that's absolutely fine. Go for it. But yeah, have a new crew. Enjoy the universe. You could do a lot with that. Why is he ignoring me? Because I had it full screen. Jesus, Stuart. Stuart. You're adorable, aren't you? You're adorable. You're adorable. Get him, Captain Faraday. But yeah, guys, so anyone want a super chat, a direct question? Talk about Star Trek 4, talk about these cool Eagle Moss miniatures. But as I said before, kind of relying on a super chat right now to support this channel a little bit, because you know, a bit under the weather, as it were. So I'm adorable. Yes, he is. So yeah, anyone want to super chat? Hey, question. I know I keep saying that, but it is sort of important. So please do. But anyone want to talk about anything in particular? I mean, I you know, that's the problem about doing these sorts of lives, is that you do a conversation, you do a topic at the start, and then you don't want to keep reiterating yourself. But obviously, I said about Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth leaving. I mean, how would that affect those movies? Quite a lot. But you could do really exciting things with it. You shouldn't recast Kirk. But then again, Anton Yelchin, sorry if I pronounced the name wrongly, he obviously passed away, and devastatingly, and that means you're down a Chekhov. And I think JJ specifically said we're not going to recast him, we're going to leave that as is. So straight away you have no longer got the returning cast coming back, and so that would make sense. You had your trilogy, you ended on your best note, you started on a really radical, goodish film, baddish Trek film, had a poor middle and a strong ending. Let that be the trilogy, and then do something else with Star Trek 4. Just like with Beyond and Darkness, don't number it. I guess 09 wasn't numbered either, except the 09. So have Star Trek 4 called Star Trek into light. There you go. Final Prophecy, something kind of cool, like an alien race that discovers warp for the first time, has a prophecy about discovering the Federation. They discover a new Federation starship, and within that, a dimension traveling alien comes in and says, no, this is the point when everything goes to shit if you don't do whatever or whatever. Jesus. Trekyards just donated $5.49, donating money to ourselves. I didn't know you could even do that. Thanks, Stuart, for your donation of money to ourselves. Will you pay attention now? Great job, Commander. Thank you, Stuart. I thought I was paying attention. You're just saying lots of one-word things. Stuart, are you on your phone, or are you on your laptop, or what are you doing? You're just on the sofa, aren't you, watching me natter? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what you just done. Terrible. That's the spirit put in the cookie jar. Yeah, but it's a cookie jar that we own already. Stuart can't stream right now because he is shirtless. Stuart, are you shirtless? I mean, do you think you should be shirtless? I don't know. It's got dark quick. YouTuber says. I mean, what do you guys want to see from Star Trek 4? Is there anything that you think would be the best thing ever? Is there one thing that you want to see because it makes the most sense, that you think it will be like, whoa, that will? Because I mean, do you want a Star Trek film? Do you want a great film? Do you want something that is like a Tarantino? It's sort of off Star Trek a bit, but is a good film. I mean, Star Trek 2, you could say. I mean, I think Gene would certainly say, and obviously, Star Trek 6, Gene would say, oh, there's less Star Trek than they wanted them to be. But they were inventing new Star Trek as they went, and luckily it was just really high quality. Yeah. Out of step with reality. Perhaps bring an Excelsior with Captain Sue. I said that for like 10 minutes. I absolutely agree. Fat Produce. I don't want a malevolent bad guy like the probe from the Voyage Home. You don't want a malevolent bad guy. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need a villain. I don't think you need a villain. Why not just have a situation? Why not have the whole thing be a medical rescue? That's the problem with those films, is that it became very much a, well, baddie of the week. I mean, most of Trek isn't baddie of the week, I think. Probably on average. Yeah, what do you want to see? Would you want to see them saving a planet? Do you want to see them? Because I quite like the Beyond intro. I thought that was really fun, where the ship could still be in danger, but not necessarily from a direct threat. Which is interesting. Chris, Q shows up, snaps his fingers, fixes the timeline. Well, it's a separate timeline, and it's not so much about fixing it, given that it's an alternate timeline, and they do whatever they want, and that's absolutely fine. It's its own thing. Just try not to mess up things with Discovery. Oops. Oopsie oops. But yeah, so about 49 minutes, guys. And 143 great people, but not too many super chats to keep me going for an extra hour, because often these things have a nice momentum of super chats that let me keep answering questions and keep building up revenue for the channel. No, I didn't phone. But right now it's a little bit. Or if the relativity showed up, I would love that. the whole film is fixing the timeline, see, the problem, if Nemo was still alive, you could have part of the movie be about bringing, you know, bringing him back to the prime timeline. I would think it'd be a cool thing to actually have Spock back. 90 Lancaster, do you know about the Streamlabs donations? I do not know about Streamlab donations. I'm busy editing the shows every week. I'm busy enough. I don't have time to find new things. Why? What is Streamlabs? And we got $10 super chat. Thanks so much from Michael, John, Tavernitz. Bring in the TNG cast and Shatner and restore the regular timeline. No more Kelvin. See, that's the thing. You could just do a TNG movie again. Star Trek 4. TNG's back, baby. Well, I'm sure that would be quite expensive. Cast thing. But how cool would that be to have people in? That'd be really cool. You know. I mean, they fixed First Contact Borg timeline. Yeah, come back and fix alternate universe, or you know, whatever. Maybe. Stuart, I'll tell you. Well, Trekyards. I'll tell you about that. Streamlabs. Well, Stuart, we talked about a lot of things, so I don't remember you saying about that, or at least not the name. And it might be what it was, but not about what it does. Sorry. Q is why Discovery exists if you buy into the timeline change to First Contact. Why Q? How does Q go into that? 90 Lancaster, donations that isn't as costly as YouTube donations for you, so you keep more of the donation. Yes, that would be kind of helpful because they do take quite a large cut. Although, how do people donate via that? Because obviously this is a useful system given that people are, you know, on the YouTube platform and they can just press the donate button. How does that work on Streamlabs? Is it PayPal? Because that'd be even more people. Gareth, again, £10. That's legitimately a very high amount of what we get for one video. Yeah, seriously. Perhaps Trek 4/14 about the Enterprise being ambushed while taking colonists out of their new home, then bounce a terror-style fight, or an adaptation of Bridge Commander story. I liked the Bridge Commander story. That's a really good game. I should play that. It's like a billion years old, but still, instant action, really cool. Yeah, no, I like that actually. Started with a really cool like action sequence of colonists. Like they thought Kezark, yeah. Like they thought the cool intro of Into Darkness worked. It didn't quite. It's just stupid stuff. Well, just be in space. Why are you underwater? They saw you because you're underwater. Stupid screenwriting is stupid. Had a little breakdown there. No, yeah, saving colonists, doing the thing. The ship gets damaged. And then, yeah, that sort of fight for the movie. Yeah, absolutely. And in that we learn, maybe Chekhov dies or gets transferred in that, and we learn, you know, he sacrificed himself to save a load of people. Be interesting. I mean, it'd be interesting. I've said this before. If they divert the timeline even further, so maybe Spock gets in kind of a whole new ship. He goes off. He's not in the crew anymore, but we still see him. Other people die. It'd be kind of interesting to have Star Trek 4 and they kill half the crew. It'd be interesting. You know, strong sacrifices for the, you know. Trekyards. I told you that it's the one that only takes like 5%. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. See, didn't remember the name, but 5% I remember. You're making more money than I did. Well, yeah, we need to earn the money because we had quite a bad week. People like me better. No. No, I think it's just a different time of the day. These things are always better on the weekend because we aim for like 300 people. But hey, hopefully these things will grow eventually. I'm resigning. Stuart, you can't resign. The fans will not let you. You're here forever, Stuart. Here forever. I wish. Yeah, I wish there'd be a Bridge Commander like game in the works for Star Trek. Actually, quite like any quality game for Star Trek. Yes, it's amazing how they're not capitalizing on Star Trek. It's amazing how the game's just dried up. Yeah. Come on. I mean, VR, that one's pretty cool. Sorry, it's getting a little bit late. I'm sort of zoning out a little bit because again, the chat's hard to keep track of when it's late. Morality 124. Hey, Morality, why 124? Hey, Commander Cockings, do you remember the Century Class Enterprise F for Bridge Commander by DJ Curtis? What a talented guy, DJ Curtis. Seriously, what a talented guy. A lot of cool stuff. Yeah, it's a great design. It's a very natural evolution. You know, it's not necessarily the most interesting ship. As an Enterprise, it doesn't really have the flair of an Enterprise. Well, I guess it does sort of. Well, I don't know. I've just looked up it now, and you guys should. It's kind of flatter, I guess, than the E, I guess. So it's going towards the J, but still, it's not particularly interesting. Although still reasonably cool. It was a late night one, but still, the Pacific Coast people should have paid, donated, man. Hashtag one of us. Melodic Metal X. Star Trek 4, The Wrath of Nero. You thought he was dead, but no, he was just chilling in the Prime Universe by his time to come back. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. And what do you guys think of the Narada as a design? It's not very Trekky, but as a design, what do you think? It's all about the spikes. Big ship, God. We need to do like a scale video with that because that's just huge. Speaking of, someone said doing the background, and like I said, I want to do a super chat where we raise some donations, again, $2 each, to remaster this background. I mean, what do you think, Stuart? Because it will take me probably an entire day, if not two, to render as many ships as possible in both views, print them out, put them together, and obviously I've got to get paid for my day because I've got rent to pay, and I'm not doing Trekyards work, so that's why I said it'd be cool to like $120, $130 on super chat, and then could remaster and have, because I think the only canon ship renders I think is the Raptor, I think. No, it's all fan stuff. It was a more generic sci-fi, I think, says Gareth. Nigel Lancaster, spiky like a space hedgehog, the Narada is. Really is. Daniel's Hot Topics. Merge the Kelvin timeline with the original timeline so we can get the best of both worlds, but you can't merge them. They diverged. Radically different styles of ships, sizes, which make no sense, which don't even make sense inside their own universe in terms of being consistent. I mean, there's no point in linking them there. They're gone. Now, I would totally be interested in seeing JJ people like go into the Prime timeline and do like a TOS Connie versus JJ Connie. Be kind of interesting. Right, this shit design. Hey Stuart, what do you think about adding the not with doing spoilers, but the JJ prize to the show we're doing? Because I've got a model of it. It's not the best thing ever, but I got a model. It'd be kind of cool to do. I try not to spoil it. It'd be kind of interesting. I could just make that. Oh, Clark, the Shittar. The scimitar was equally shitty looking. No, why? I like the scimitar. It's a great bat. Although Clark Slate, the Narada, it was a 2380-ish Romulan mining vessel. So its purpose plot-wise, I suppose. No. the Narada is a little ship. It's like 10 times as the length of that mining laser, but the Borg, Romulan Borg hybrid stuff around it is extra. Yeah, wow. So actually, we never see the design as part of it. Gareth. Mike P. Trekyards, love the new live broadcast that you've been doing. Thank you so much. We appreciate that very much. Kristen, the Centaur was badass. Ass. Brown ass or badass. Bowed ass. Badass. There you go. Yes, do it. Yeah, okay. I have a fan version of this, but I'd love to get an accurate version because that'd be a cool one to add as well. Joseph May, thank you very much about your nice answer when I asked you where you got the Death Star. I read it in my head as Death Star as well. Death Glider 3D model. No, you're welcome. I do actually go into all of every single episode for about like a week after I go different days, and I look through the questions. I mean, some of the questions are negative, some of the questions are just comments, and some are questions. I try and answer some that don't necessarily involve too much talking, because one thing you learn when you're a YouTuber that you can't change a lot of people's minds, and so sometimes you just shouldn't try. Even though it'd be nice to get everyone on the same page. But I saw your question, and I was, easy thing to answer, and I look forward to seeing your fan film. And can you tell me anything about the fan film on this live? What's the story of your Stargate fan film? I certainly know about Stargate fan films. Being the director of the #1 Stargate fan film on the internet, if you search Stargate Universe Distant Hope, yeah, search that. Not on the channel I just posted on, but on Power 5 fan films. It's I'd love. I always want to put more work for myself, and I'd love to remaster it and do it fresh. But that'd be excessive. But it'd be cool. Batman vehicles for fleet yards. Ooh, Stuart, that's a great idea. I did, Stuart. I just asked you a question, Stuart. Batman vehicles for fleet yards. That's a really good. Can you handle the pictures for that? Like some good high res ones. That'd be cool to do a month of like all different Batmobiles. I love that. Stuart, get on that, because I'm sure you know all about the Batmobiles. I know about some of them. It's funny, I've seen quite a few of them in person because they go to conventions. So I have to dig out my picture of myself with a Batmobile. One of them anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Trekyards, I think the chat may have missed you. I think we all did. But I think that the chat is missing super chat, so please, if you can, if you have any super chats, please do give. Please do give. Like I said, if you want to see a new background, I'd love to do a remaster. Oh god, look at that. And I know Michael Wiley's model's pretty good, but it's not particularly accurate to the advice. Jay, I'd love to get a new J done. And someone said to scale. To scale would suck, because then you wouldn't see anything. You wouldn't see anything like these, and what would be the point? It'd be interesting, but then like the J would be just this. A ball could be just this, and everything else would be small. I could always do like a section. Like this zone is all to scale. Wouldn't work quite as well. That'd be kind of interesting. Although I should do a stupid printout of just like a massive. Would you mind suggesting a month full of Batmobiles? It wouldn't be practical. Why wouldn't it be practical? When did you suggest this? Years ago? Because I have no idea. I have no memory of this, Stuart. I have no memory of this. How was Toronto, by the way? Good family day out. Grouped by era. Orino. Good morning, Commander. Good morning? Where is it with you? Where is it? Where is it with you? Gareth, to scale but layer the small on the top of the big, kind of like a pyramid. But what's the point of that, though? You wouldn't be able to... It'd just be, one big poster. But then you just have the Voth City ship being the entire thing. And then it just gets smaller. Boring. Boring, Gareth. Boring. Sebastian, we need more Babylon 5 ships on Fleet Yards. We have one filmed. One more filmed. I'm always dubious about Babylon 5 ships because they're low res models. And there's not much there's not there's not much to talk about with them, but that's fine. You know, short episodes are fine. I know I've done renders for one other one, but there's only a few famous ones. Huh. Morality 124. If you didn't answer what was your we might, but I didn't see it. What the reason for the name is. LCD display with dynamic fleet display. Hey, if fans want to donate to make a display, that'd be cool. But, you know, we don't earn enough money to pay rent and bills, so we can't afford to buy cool things like that. You know, the new webcams were donated, so, you know, things like that. That's why these little super chat donations are so important, because we don't earn very much, and YouTube's been very difficult the last 3 months. So any $1, $2, $5 super chat would be amazing. 6-7 months ago. Well, Stuart, suggest it again and we'll do it. Like I said, just start from the start and get some. I mean, I'm sure you got the Blu-rays of the movies. Stuart, we talk all the time. All the time, Stuart. I listen to everything you say. Case up with Streamlabs. I think we're going to, but I didn't know it existed. So yeah, Streamlabs. What software do you use to do renders? Oreo Knox 01. Lightwave 3D. Say, stop sucking up to Stuart. Yeah, Lightwave 3D, the same stuff that was used for lots of different treks. Yeah, I mean, it's got the whole point about Trekyards is doing a documentary style show. So it's, you know, showing the ships as if it was just, you know, a season 8 of Voyager or whatever. It's about making that documentary style, and so using the same software that they used to make the show kind of helps with that. The DVD movies for Babylon 5 have high res models. Yes, they do, but we don't have those models, and so yes, you could show them for the 3 angles they were seen, but no scale renders, no whatever. So it's not as interesting as it could be. I mean, I know Fabio released some really cool renders of the Babylon 5, but again, I haven't got control over a lot of that stuff, so I sort of save it for whatever. Wayback Tech. How long do you spend modeling in Lightwave? I don't I surface and texture now a little bit in Lightwave, but I don't model at all. I'm just an animator. But I do I probably spend like half my week in Lightwave, if not more. I do a lot of Lightwave. Just reposting the live. Matt Mon, Trekyards and Commander. Would you do episodes of Fleet Yards on the mechs? I mean, they transform between vehicle form and non-vehicle form. Just curious. I mean, yes. I mean, yes, but we always like knowing something individually about a ship, if it's me or him or Stuart. So it depends what they're from, and I guess a first look. But Fleet Yards Mission Briefing is meant to be a first look review show, but with some knowledge, you know, some knowledge. So going blind would annoy some people because they, you know, we're making assumptions and things. There's a certain level of, well, we want to know a little bit about it. In Orionics, interesting. I didn't think the models from way back then would still be usable on newer versions. On the newer version, yes, 2015, not on the 2018. Lightwave is amazing like that. Adam Boots, I can think of at least 10 ships from Babylon 5 that look great. I agree, I can as well. But once you do them, you've done them. So, you know, you've got to sort of save them for a good time. A heavy non-cruiser is a nice ship. Yeah, absolutely is. Clark Stark. If they can't get Pine, then cancel the JJ film and give the license back to CBS so can synchronize. Yeah, you know, Canon would be good. Jared Buteau, can we just forget and erase the JJ verse and season 1 Discovery? Yeah, you know. Yeah. It's good to get Canon and Prime back under control, given that, you know, Canon is where it's at. You know, making it all make sense, having it all linked together, it's really important and really essential. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Random Game User, you're a big Babylon 5 fan. That's cool. Did not know that. That could be cool, actually, to do a Babylon 5 mini-series. Yeah, no, you're right, Sebastian. The Babylon 5 books have a lot of massive amount of information. Yeah, I know there's a really good book that one of my quote-unquote friends has, and it's like super cool information, including like scale charts and stuff, which is sort of accurate, sort of not, because they varied throughout the show. I really want to get my hands on that at some point to Babylon 5 show, because there's super little information in the actual show, but lots of information around it that they sort of invented. Guys, no super chats in a while. Come on, gotta support the channel if you can. I mean, obviously if you can't, that's fine. But you know, a $1, a $2, a $5, $10, you know, a little bit from a lot of you makes a huge difference. So, any chance for like a buck? A buck? Oh, woe is me, a buck. But I'm about an hour and 10 in. Babylon 5 and DS9 did one rip off the other. I mean, they went in radically different directions though. So even if the concept was sort of similar, they did very, very different things with it. And you know, Babylon 5 had more interesting CGI. Babylon 5, DS9 had better CGI, better visual effects. But also the Babylon 5 team then went to work on DS9. So I mean, they learned a lot from Babylon 5 to put into the later seasons of DS9. Christian Montgomery. The Nexus plus red matter equals fixing universes. Pretty sure DS9 and Babylon 5 were in production at the same time. Yes, they were. Sebastian Caron, how do we donate? Good question, Sebastian. Well, if you're watching this live, then you're obviously signed in to comment. There is 2 buttons underneath your chat window. There's emoji and super chat. And so you've got to press the super chat button, give a little bit, whatever you can. Just a little bit of money does help. Really, really, really does help. So please can, if you can. Josso1, are you a fan of Farscape? I loved it as a kid, but I can't get past season 3 because I got bored. Yeah, no, Farscape was amazing. I've got a costume from Farscape, and I want to get Blu-rays at some point. No, Farscape is a true underappreciated gem. No, really great show. Season 1 is good, but they don't know what they're doing yet. In terms of character, season 2 is really good. Season 3 is superb. Season 4 loses its way a little bit, but it still does well. And then the movie's pretty good, although I'm sad where they went, and because everything got, or a lot of stuff got ripped down, they changed some things like Chana's eyes and stuff, which made it look a bit weirder, and they ruined Pilot's voice for some reason. Why? $5 super chat, or $5 from Arakinox01. Thank you so much. That legitimately makes a difference. So thank you. Babylon 5 concept came first. DS9 got made first, I believe. Yes, Babylon 5 was pitched first to Paramount. They didn't take it, or to CBS, sorry. And then it was theorized that they nicked the show. But I mean, probably a little bit. But yeah, Babylon 5 has its own audience. $20 from Sebastian Caron. A $20. Now a dollar. Is that something specific? I don't know if is that just dollar, or is it adding an A in front of all the dollars? Was that just 20 American, or was that 20 something else? But thank you, 20 American is really, really appreciated. Thank you. And you said nothing. Oh, you should have put a comment. Sebastian, say something I'll say out loud. Gareth Fairclaw again, £2. You should go to bed soon, Gareth. Jaeger class, when is its episode coming? Do you really want the Jaeger class? Do you really want the Jaeger class? Do you really want the Jaeger class? I know you do. The Jaeger class, yeah, I really want to, do I have... No, it already came out, didn't I? I must have the Eaglemoss version, because I have the Eaglemoss miniature. And, yeah, Ugh. It looks great from a distance, but as soon as you sort of break it down, it's awful. But yeah, at some point, we have ideas. We have ideas. Random game user, there you are. I hear a big Babylon 5 fan. How big a Babylon 5 fan? I don't know if you've seen our Babylon 5 content, but we've done a couple of things, but we want to do more. Yeah, more things, and there's some really cool ship designs, and people are surprised by the scale we did for we revealed for the Minbari heavy cruiser. And there's some other cool things we've found. Let me open that drive. Hold on. What are things I'd like to look in terms of Babylon 5? I would love to look at the obviously Babylon 5. Well, we can't look at Babylon 4 yet. That's out of our hands. The Centauri Sentry Fighter, Allied Death Glider. That'll be a fun one. The Centauri Battle Cruiser would be fun. The Earth Alliance Freighter. Well, it's called the Forklift, but the Work Bee style Starfighter would be kind of cool. There's a ship called the Green Ship. Don't know what that is. I mean, obviously the Starfighter at some point, and the Warlock. The Warlock's a cool ship, but yeah, that was never shown enough. The Warlock kind of confused me a little bit. Non-cruiser. Yeah, I have those rendered. I think I have those rendered. This is the boring part where I actually just look at things. Oh, Trekyards. It's funny, I'm talking to you, random game user, and you can't hear me. And that's funny. $2 super chat from not a banned account. You are back. You crazy man, always such a supportive fellow. Thank you so much. Jaeger class. Jaeger class. Smoothest design in the fleet. Smoothest design in the fleet. I mean, the whole fleet. The next Enterprise should be a Jaeger class. The next Enterprise. Can you imagine that? It's a Jaeger class. Making no sense. The windows are totally wrongly scaled. It's be amazing. Ugh. Crazy. Jaeger bomb class. See, Taz, the Warlock class wasn't shown on screen, but talked about. I think it was in one shot of the show, it as a flashback or a flash forward. And it was in one of the movies, but there's a model built for the show, so it was in the show somewhere. I think it's in one shot. I can't remember exactly. Trekyards. She's asking me questions. I've been asking random game user questions. I'm doing 15 things at once, trying to listen. Oh, thanks, babe. Oh god, that's a good one. Tenzagari. If the Jaeger class was a horse, it would be shot with an AA gun. Oh no. Well, if we morality 124. Well, if we can have a 110 meter and 350 meter bird of prey, why can't we have a pointlessly upscaled Maki Raider? Because all the scales are the same, all the windows are the same scale, and yet there's bird of prey. There is no windows, so there is no scale like that. Is one of the unique things that can sort of scale up with. The Maki Raider, not so much. Yeah. Sebastian Carrison, doesn't Eaglemoss digitally model their ships for production? Yes, they have to. Wyatt, I think the Warlock class was only seen in Lost Tales. Again, there's a model built for the show, so I think it's there somewhere. Trekyards, Samuel, talk she about random, she can't hear you. Yes, I know. I've been saying, are you a big B5 fan? People think you are. Talk shit. Oh, Stuart, I never do that. I'm too polite. want to do it. I wish I had a default thing just to have the random user. You turned it up. Yeah, I said one of the amazing fans out there said, "Hey, I was not talking shit." I didn't say any shit. No, I said one of our fans. We talked about Babylon 5. One of our fans said, "Hey, random game user is a Babylon 5 fan and said you should join us for some Babylon 5 episodes because obviously there's so many great things we can talk about. You know, so many great ships. I was looking through my archive of them, and there's so many cool things. Obviously, the non-cruiser and stuff. Lots of cool things. Yeah, MDG, Miss Beauty Shots, like the Enterprise first shot, motion picture, and all the modern Trek, JJ. Yeah, they just don't do beauties like they used to. I mean, there's too many beauties, but there's still beauties. Random game user. I love B5. How much do you love B5? I think that's what I was trying to ask. Like, how much? In what way? Do you know all the facts? Do you know all the episodes? Do you know all the ships? That's cool. Yay, Halifax. New Trek fan. Excited to finally see a live stream. Well, hello, Halifax. Shout out to you. New Trek fan. How long have you been a Trek fan? What got you into Trek? If you say Discovery, then, you know, darn. But there's a lot of better Trek to enjoy after Discovery. Because, you know, if you get into Discovery, that's fine. And you can enjoy all the better Trek afterwards. Even TOS is much better than Discovery. In terms of characters and story and pacing. And, I wouldn't say production value, but, you know. You can see the sets quite clearly. Trekyards, the question I asked before. Which character class mold do you prefer? The 6 foot or the 4 foot? See, on the surface level, surface, that doesn't sound much like a question, because it's the same ship. No, they radically modified to have more detail on the 4 footer. I like the sleek, clean lines of the 6 footer, as Andrew Probert intended. The 4 footer, the details don't make sense, at that scale, so it doesn't quite work for me. Adam Boots again, thank you, £2 super chat. Warlock was seen in both Lost Tales and in Crusade. Crusade. Now, remind me which one Crusade is. Was it in the... Really? It was in the spin-off. Or was that the... Oh, that was the... Oh, I haven't seen Crusade. It's the one I haven't seen yet. And I really want to get that ship. It's funny because I have the model. It looked bloody amazing in Lost Tales, though. It really did. That's interesting. So is it... Okay, so the Warlock... Huh. Let's see how many polygons it is, because that's interesting. I mean, I don't think it'd be the one from the movie. I don't get to see it very close, but I actually know the guy that built the Warlock model. Theoretically, I should probably ask him why did he build it. 86,000 polygons with I mean, the detail's pretty good. I mean, it's not like it's great or anything, but it's pretty good. Sorry, I'm seeing stuff that you guys can't see. Apologies. Warlock class, good design. I'm missing things. Sorry. I love B5 more than Trek in a lot of ways, like the ship's ends villains. Oh, more than Trek. Oh, Stuart, bye. Bye, Stuart. Bye. Bye, bye, Stuart. Bye. Well, it was Discovery, but I watched Trek with my dad when I was a kid, being TNG. Yeah, I mean, Discovery is the flashy, but nothing under the hood sort of Trek. You know, look, it's shiny. Oh, the characters are hugely one-dimensional and poorly written, and their plot holes are there. But there is some good. I mean, that mud episode I thought was pretty darn good. And it's funny, people say to me, well, why did you review them at 7s and stuff? If they're bad, the problem is a technically good episode, you still got to give credit for. Yeah, well shot, well edited, well CG'd. It doesn't mean there's anything special about it, anything spectacular, or even anything good. But you can't give it a 4 if all the technical stuff's good, you know, and sound design and the music and stuff. So it's a tricky thing to review. But you give me a TNG episode, and it's like, well, those characters are really good and all that stuff. The spin-off series, well, it's a movie, yeah. Warlock wasn't. I was Excalibur. I think it's both. Crusade lasted 1 season. I see. I googled Crusade and it was the movie, not the spin-off show. So that lasted 1 episode. There wasn't a season of Crusade. There was only a pilot. A series, wasn't it? B5 Crusade. I'm pretty sure it was just a movie. Oh, okay. There was a few episodes. Really? I don't. Oh, okay. I thought it was only a movie. I'm kind of confused about that. Can you get Crusade? I'm gonna do that. Oh, so I've got the movie. Crusade. Oh, not Crusader. Oh, it is a. That's so confusing. So what? Oh, so I actually have two shows left to watch. Oh, so the movie sets up the series. They tried 2 spin-off series and both failed. I should really go in and watch it then. That's cool. Didn't know. Fair enough. Jason Link had no idea the B5 Starfire was as big as it was into your comparison scale. Yeah, you know, I mean, you can see the person, so they're not small for sure. Ooh, Eagle Moss just lost their distributor in Australia. They went bankrupt. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. But guys, I am probably almost done now. It's been an hour and a half-ish. And it's late. I'm sort of getting a bit drained. And I want to do... Well, I need to do some more VFX after this anyway. So can we get like $45, $50 in super chat before I go? That would make this a pretty successful thing. So let's say 15 more minutes, and let's try and get $45. And oh my goodness, 2 already. Taz, £4.99. Taz, Sandhu, you guys have been good work over the years. Watching a show is hoping to get through my kidney. Oh my god, kidney transplant. Good luck, Taz. Gosh, that's a huge thing. But hey, stay strong. You've got weekly Trekyards to enjoy, Fleet Yards as well, and we've got a brand new show that I'm so excited about because it's going to be memorable. You guys are going to get involved. It's going to be fun. So, you know, not just stay around, but get well soon so you can be energized when that. Trevor Barger, $5, thank you, or $4.99. Wife and I finally watched Prelude to Axana. Makes us sad seeing what Discovery could have been. Keep up the amazing content. Yes, that is a true statement, and I see what you mean. It'd be nice if Discovery is more like the Axana style, I'll say. Maybe not the production itself, but the style, you know, visually updated canon, but not actually breaking it per se. Oh, thank you. Not a banned account, $2 again. Sleep well, thank you. As I said, I've got to do more animation work tonight. I've one of the fan films I'm working on that haven't been announced working on yet because, you know, secrets and all that. They want a new intro, so I had to swap what I'm doing to build there. Tired to build a new intro. Called Arms, a TV movie. Yes, I knew that was. Gareth Fairclaw, topless or bust. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Gareth Fairclaw, she damn near sent 500 by mistake. Gareth, yes, please don't do that because we had that happen and it was so exciting, and then it wasn't because we got that money. You know, it automatically gave that money back because it was a mistake. That was unfortunate for sure, but hey ho, was cool while it lasted for sure. Sebastian Karen, thank you so much. $10. You do such great work. Thank you. Well, Sebastian, what's your favorite thing that we do here? Obviously, I love the renders I do. I'm very proud of the work, and if you see the quality from the initial ones to the now, I mean, it's just leaps and bounds higher. What's been your favourite thing so far? I mean, honestly, hey guys, let me know, seriously. What's been your favourite single episode of Trekyards so far? I'd love to hear. Let me know. And I just saw a note that actually Discovery is finally available in the UK as of November 19. They announced it wouldn't be available in the UK yet, but now it's on Blu-ray. Because I really want to see the special features and do a rewatch. November 19. Yeah, I'm interested to see that. So, it's a steelbook. I don't know how much that actually is, because I don't want to pay too much, because it wasn't a very good show, but still can't order it. Not even surprised. I'll probably get that when it comes out. Hope it's not a game show. No, it's not a game show. Whenever Doug is on, that's my favourite. Yeah, Doug's great. Hey, we guys do a vid on the Connie Refit VR interior when it's ready. I mean, it's already ready, I think. But I haven't seen it. Did anyone catch the Stage 9 new stuff? They have Defiant in the works. Oh, really? What, in Defiant interior? That's awesome. That's very awesome. Did not know that. That's cool. I mean, those guys are just rocking. They are just rocking it. Nice. Good for them. All fans want it, so yeah. Favorite episode of your Makerfish Enterprise? That was brilliant. Yeah, Makerfish does some great stuff. Nice. He's still building it. AFAIK. As fast as something. Good night, Commander. This has been fun. Yes, it has. Have a great evening. All that good stuff. Ah, 99 Caster. Yes, they are doing a good job by sharing tech with other projects, so that is going to be so neat. We may get a refit, the Connie, Cisco's Defiant, Voyager, maybe DS9 as well. Very nice. Carwin, do you think Enterprise E will make a cameo in the Picard series? Well, 20 years. I mean, sure, have it be captained by before Data. Before ... actually Data. Stuart Foley says, everyone should go subscribe to the Stuart Foley YouTube account, as Stuart has his own separate YouTube account where he posts bloopers and stuff, actually. Ooh, Red Letter Media just posted a review on Predator. That's cool. Stuart Foley. Everyone should Google Stuart Foley, because the first video that comes up is a 10-minute podcast, Mary Stuart Foley's Poor Hole. Right. It's not actually our Stuart Foley, it's a different Stuart Foley. But yeah, Google Stuart Foley. But yeah, guys, so another 5 minutes. Let's see if I can get $20 in 5 minutes. By 2, 3, 4, or 5 or whatever. That'd be kind of cool. If I can get $5, I said $20. If I can get $20, I'll do an epic ending, with my awesome Eagle ships. I'll do some flybys for you. The silly yet fun Sam style. So $20, and I can rest and do more CGI for other fan films, which you'll get to see and hopefully really, really enjoy, because I'm doing some. I'm not gonna, promote myself because I'm doing great work. We're doing really interesting work, I think, when it comes to fan films. Should do the ship from Ascension. I have not seen Ascension yet, but I want to. Hey, Stuart, we just got some models from the place, and it's all the ones that we need. Excellent. That's something I'm doing tonight, I guess, converting those. I do so many things. So who's the biggest Star Wars fan? Stu. Yeah, who is a bigger fan of Star Wars? Actually, I'm gonna ask Stuart on Facebook because he's not on right now. Told Stuart, who's a bigger Star Wars fan, you or me? Someone asked. Let's see what he says. Have I got a black box in my screen? I do. That was fixed. Sorry. Oh, it's Skype. So yeah, guys, $20 more and I can stop. That'd be nice because I'm getting quite tired. Stuart says, I don't know. Yeah, neither do I. Oh dear. $20 more, guys. That's not a lot. But that's a good chunk of an episode figure we get. And don't let me put the ships back in their boxes just quite yet. I'll put them away if I don't get $20 to fly them around. I want to fly them around. Model number 4763A/A. My Klingon battle cruiser. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll do a final sort of wrap up while I see the $20 on Super Chat, hopefully. Chris Bryan and Chris Hemsworth leave Star Trek 4. It's a big loss, but I would rather see a... I would rather see them do a really awesome, standalone with unknowns. Unknowns that cost a lot less, get a really good story, have it be a low budget, relatively speaking, and then you get to rake in the profits as Paramount. Well, my hair's got very messy. You get to rake in the money as Paramount. You get a really good story. It gets to be Trek if you make it more Prime, and everyone wins because the story is the most important thing. Or even just a Descendant of have it be, because I mean in the JJ verse, David shouldn't be dead, so have David Kirk. That'd be kind of cool. Stuart says we are equal Star Wars fans. Noise. Put an NYS. Noise. Oh, what an amazing world we live in. But yeah, guys, $20. You can do it. You can do it if you B and Q it. Who has been to B and Q? The English brand. I think it actually stopped being a brand, but B&Q. I don't know. I'm tired. I need to do some model conversion tonight. Light rigs. It'll be good. Just takes time. Game textures. Let's see. How good are those? They're meant to be in 4K. Yeah, they look good. Look at that. I don't even know how you do that. So clever. Sorry, I'm looking at things. Any super chats? No super chats. Come on, guys. $20. $20. Edit your last hour review, Sam. I don't have any time. That's why we needed an actual editor, because I have no time. I need to earn money, and that wouldn't earn any money. So I mean, it would earn some, but not enough to warrant the time, because it's a long review. Yeah. But it's a cool review. It's Gareth Fairclough, £5, which is about $6, so $14 left, and I can stop. B&Q is still around. They were advertising just this afternoon on TV. Also, here you go. I'll do it eventually. Commander, Advance 1982. Commander, I asked the captain about this a couple of weeks ago. What is your opinion on the Smithsonian restoration of the 1960s studio model of the Enterprise? Oh, it's amazing. They did a much better job this time around than they did last time around. And it's beautiful. And I like that. I like that Stuart noticed a thing that was wrong with it. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful job. I would love to see it someday and be like, that is actually the Enterprise. Actually, the Enterprise. Would be fun. $2 super chat. Thank you. Not a banned account. Jaeger, but with 4 nacelles. See, okay. Let me know if you guys think this is interesting. I've thought a long time about doing a CG kit bash show where we take components from different ships, sort of recombine them. I think that could be a really fun sort of show. you know, 4 nacelle Katinga variant with, you know, Prometheus style design, I think would be really kind of cool. I'd like to see that sort of show. It just takes time to build. It's basically just like custom mission briefings. And again, we need to earn the money for it because it takes 100% my time to do the prep work. And it would need to earn, you know, $50-$60 an episode, which we don't get on most episodes, unfortunately. Way back tech. Let's see how late we can keep the commander up. No! I have other work to do. I've got to do some shots. Not even fun shots, work shots. Let's shoot with a dozen of cells. That's... I could do that, couldn't I? Huh. I should be like 10 Galaxy class missiles. Because if I had a pylon... Fall Solo Beth, yeah. Well, we've seen those before, but I guess you haven't seen them in 3D. I can invent 1 billion ships. But come on, guys, $16. That's all I need when I go to sleep. And I can do my ships flying around. You want to see this thing? Come on. Be the savior that people deserve and need this time around. Because we do. So I can stop and sleep. Ship with a nacelle for pylons. Nah. 6 nacelle runabout. 3 nacelle runabout would be fun. Wouldn't physics dictate the amount of nacelles a ship would have to have? Yes and no. Squadra course. Hi from Texas. Where from Texas? I know lots of cool famous podcasts are in Austin, Texas. So I know about LaGuardia and all the different things, food places. What was Lamar, Torchies. Those are all things in Texas. I'm looking forward to a reply about the ship design. I'm assuming you mean the Nova class. Yeah, I'm not going to read it yet because I'm on a live stream. But you know. A no nacelle ship, coolest show. Star Trek Shameless. Compact Sovereign equals Intrepid. Compact Intrepid equals Nova. Yeah. That's a fair thing. So with that $5, we're down to $11. $11, guys. So if someone could just donate 15, I can stop. It would be nice. I'm tired. Got things to do. Such a strange way of doing it. But seriously, I mean, it's questions, isn't it? Who can get the best last question? Actually, you know what? Why don't you guys tell me what you think about the Beyond Enterprise with its bizarre neck? And how good is my resolution? Because like I say, I'm plugged into the internet router and I've tripled my bit rate. So how clear is the signal? It's a weird old miniature because there's this actually wasn't a kit bash of the Into Darkness model. It was actually a complete rebuild of the 3D model, and then they just tweaked it, which seems a bit of a waste of everyone's time. But hey ho! Oh, I've you'll know this at some point. But I've added, we added these little pieces to one of the ships I'm working on. Huh, it's funny. Not a band account. Looks over-designed. Lines are too complex/curvy. Yeah, I would certainly agree. It's close to that. I mean, I actually kind of like Sean Hargrave's one's better. Oh no, because this is the Beyond. This isn't the A. You know, I kind of like. Oh, I'm out of focus. Focus, camera, focus. Focus. Why, camera? Why? I guess I'm out of focus. Great, thanks for that. Can I even change that? I don't even know. There we go. Oh, Sebastian Carrison. Carrion, $5 super chat. Thank you. That takes us down to $6 needed. More Bound 5 ships, please. Yes, we have one more filmed. I have one more rendered, and yes, I want to really do a course at Babylon 5 ships for sure. Stephen W. Barry. I'm in Austin, and I need an animation of the USS Texas. Well, Stephen, what ship is the USS Texas? Because if it's a Constitution class, I can do that. If anything else, it's a bit more complicated. But thank you so much. $2. We're down to $4. $4, and I can go to bed. And you're in Austin. Where's your favourite place to eat? Because I might know something about it. And £2. There we go from Gareth. Ha ha ha, or ha 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 ha. That's all this phrase. Thank you. There we go. We are. So now I do my flyby. There we go. So let me do a little flyby. Embarrass myself, but I've been doing it for 4 years, so it's fine. I'm just got the focus again, aren't I? Look at all that grain, and then it's going to do beep, 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 reversing, and then forward again. It's nice though, I do like that design. And then the JJ Prize going by 1701. Yeah, it's good that one kind of got destroyed, isn't it? The A is much nicer. Epic! Thank you, everyone. Orion Knox, why do they redo the whole model between movies? Oh, I don't even know. I think... oh, no, I do know, because Justin Lin said, I don't like the JJ Prize, let's fix it. And they blew it up. So there we go. Michael Ellis. Hey. That's all I'm going to say. So thank you guys for this Super Chat live thing of Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth leave Star Trek 4. I talked about it right at the start and in the middle. So it was quite a long conversation. I went through the entire history of that. And my closing thoughts are, I hope Chris Pine is back. Hemsworth I can give or take. But as long as the movie's good, I'd rather Captain Sulu movie. You know, there's better things they can do than just another one, unless it's a really cool story. And time travel is fun, always fun. But thank you very much, guys, for joining me on today's Car Galaxy Studios. See you, Samuel. Thanks so much. About to get to work. Been fun. Have a great day, Night Commander. Thank you. Thank you for the donations. It's been fun, guys. Always good to chat with you. And do let me know if you want to see the new background. The remaster, I really want to update that at some point. And hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Great stream, Commander. Thank you. But the model was lost. It wasn't lost. They just wouldn't give them the model. Because the 09 one exists. And that's the same company. So no. Long live the Empire. Indeed. CGI Chris Pine, the only way to go. Sorry, I keep talking. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the super chats. And believe me, your donations have helped this week get a bit more sustainable for us. So thank you. Go back and watch Bridge Crew. The Aegis we looked at yesterday. At the weekend. I don't know what coming out on Saturday. I don't think I've... oh, no, I do. It's... no, I haven't met it yet. That's why. But it's about the Discovery Enterprise, I think. Sort of. And tune in. We got, literally as we were chatting, I finally got the email with some stuff for the new show. So that's going to be really exciting when that happens. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. Have a great evening, great afternoon, all the things. So until next time, guys, he is Captain Foley. At some point, he'll see this. And I am obviously Commander Cockings. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time. Bye, guys.